Hi, I'm Moby, and you're either watching or listening to the weekly feed.
Weekly feed. South by Southwest 2011 with the one and only Moby. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm well. Let's talk a new record. You have a new record coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about this one now.
Well, I have an album coming out in May. It's called Destroyed. And there's a book coming out as well. And both the book and the album were put together on tour because I have bad insomnia. So most of the music on the album was written in hotel rooms at 4 o'clock in the morning. And it's an album of sort of like broken down electronics, but very warm and very atmospheric and very melodic. I'm not good at describing the records I make, but I would describe it as a warm, emotional, broken down electronic record.
From that description, I might think it'd be further down the rabbit hole from where you just left off with the last record. Would that be a fair judgment?
Yeah, I mean, the last album I made was called Wait For Me, and that was also very atmospheric. And this is more atmospheric and futuristic, but sort of futuristic from a 1970s perspective, because it's all old synthesizers and old drum machines. So I don't think it's not a particularly modern sounding record. You know, it's not the sort of album or the sort of music that would get played in nightclubs at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's more the sort of music that to me sounds really good on a highway at midnight.
And you mentioned a book was going to be with it as well?
Well, I've been a photographer since I was 10 years old, as long as I've been making music actually. And I'm finally putting out a photo book. As I said, the album was put together on tour, and the book is also sort of about travel and touring. You know, there's no pictures of set lists, no pictures of guitars, no pictures of monitors or what have you. It's more about how when you go on tour, the familiar becomes disconcerting and the disconcerting becomes familiar, and things that should be comforting end up being very off-putting, and sometimes things that are very off-putting actually become quite comforting. The album also includes a lot of the photography from the book. So they're related, at least in my mind they're related. Someone else could listen to the record and look at the book and not see any connection between the two, but from my perspective, they're related.
There's already an EP out. Is that songs that's going to be on the record, or are these extra tracks?
Yeah, the main song on the EP is a song called Be The One, which sounds sort of like melodic music for the apocalypse. And it's a repetitive, emotional, melodic song that was sort of a centerpiece of the last Paul Haggis movie. I like it, but I'm biased because I made it.
Looking forward to the new record, and good luck with your South by crowd out there. It's a bit hot today.
DJing in a parking lot at 6 o'clock in the evening has the potential to be abject failure. Sure. So we'll see.
And, well, you did say you're playing bass with OMD too, right? Reunited and back at it and everything? What are you going to be,
It just somehow managed to work with a lot of my heroes. And when I was growing up, I loved OMD. So they're playing here, and they asked me to play bass on a couple of songs. And of course, we're not going to rehearse. And I've never played the songs. And I'm playing an upside-down left-handed bass. So, as is true for everything I do, there is that great potential for things to go wrong, badly. If you expect things to go wrong and they don't, it's a pleasant surprise. And if you expect things to go right and they go wrong, you're horribly disappointed.
Set the bar low and then wait to be set.
Yeah, set the bar low and be surprised when things don't fail.
Good luck in 2011, all right?
Thanks.
Thanks for that.
My pleasure.